Hi, I'm Phil Constantine. On this episode of Travels with Phil, we're going to Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas. So let's give you an idea where it's located. This is Little Rock, the capital of Arkansas. We travel not too far away, and we wind up over in the city of Hot Springs and the Hot Springs National Park. You're looking at the Bathhouse Row here in Hot Springs, which is the main center point of the national park itself. The city surrounds it, as it were. And as we look around, we're going to talk about the Bathhouse Row, the history of the area, and some scenic views of Gulf Creek, West Mountain Overlook, and Goat Rock. So let's take a quick look at the history of the Hot Springs area. For thousands of years, the Quapaw and other tribes visited the area. Hernando de Soto visited in 1541, and eventually European Americans settled, and they ceded the land in 1818, the Quapaws. In 1832, the U.S. made it a national reservation to protect the hot springs. And eventually a series of bathhouses were created there, and it became called Bathhouse Row. Travels with Phil continues from Hot Springs. This is one of the bathhouses that's now the center of the park system. There's only two of them really working right now. There you go, U.S. Hot Springs Reservation. Secretary of the Interior. This is a hot spring. I don't know if you can see it from the video. You can probably see it from the one down the next one over. Steam rising. This is 148 degrees. This is what comes right out of the ground. And there's 40 some odd places where the water comes out. Now some people, they cool the water and they drink it, and they believe that the minerals in the water serve a real positive effect. Who knows? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I can't say either way. I just went through the one of the bathhouses down here. I can't remember which, it starts with a B, I can't remember what it's called, but pretty nice. I've never been to a real spa for myself before, so can't really compare it too much, but it was a nice experience. All right, from Hot Springs, Travels with Phil continues.
Hi, I'm Ranger Mark Bloyer. The Fordyce opened in 1915 and closed in 1962. It's now the visitor center for the National Park.
This is what the inside of some of the old bathhouses looked like. Lots of therapy pools, massage areas, and places where you could get a steam. Now, where does the hot water come from?
One of the most commonly asked questions by park visitors is where the heat comes from in the geothermal springs. The water here has no volcanic component at all, and it's heated completely through conduction or contact with parent rock material that's very deep in the earth. Now, how deep is deep? We think that this water is plunging to a depth of around 7, maybe 8,000 feet before it makes its way back to the surface, and we think that happens very quickly. The water that you're seeing here comes out of the ground at about an average temperature of 143 degrees Fahrenheit or 61 degrees centigrade. The reason it has no odor and doesn't have a taste is that there's a general lack of sulfur compounds, which are common with volcanic heat sources, and that's one of the reasons that this water is so pleasant to be around, be in, and in fact consume.
Travels with Phil continues from Happy Hollow Spring. Read the sign up here. It says the source of this cool water is a spring above Fountain Street on the southeast slope of North Mountain. The water is collected at 2 gallons per minute, averaging 62 degrees Fahrenheit. When I first got here a couple of minutes ago, it was completely full. As you can see, people come up here to fill it. That's what I'm doing.
The Grand Promenade is now a national recreation trail. It runs on the east side of Bathhouse Row, behind Bathhouse Row, between Reserve Street and Fountain Street. It is between 1/4 mile and 1/2 mile in distance. The Grand Promenade features landscaped scenery. It has fountains so that you can quaff the elixir, as they used to say, of drinking the hot spring water along the way. Exercise was part of the cure, but of course this was a social resort as well as a medical one. So you would certainly want to promenade in your finery here at this great social resort, this great American spa.
Organized sports also has a history in Hot Springs. Babe Ruth was here in 1919, where he's a pitcher for the Red Sox. Well, he hit a home run that went 575 feet, and they figured, you know what? He might be a better hitter than he was a pitcher. And racing was very popular here, too. So let's take some scenic views around Gulper Creek, West Mountain View, and Goat Rock. Travels with Phil continues in Hot Springs. I'm at the summit of West Mountain. This is a folded limestone. This is cool looking. It's the very peak of the summit up here. The Hot Springs, like a lot of the other places in the National Park System, have recorded things that you can see right here. And you can dial it from anywhere. So, you know, you can just try it and see no charge except to your telephone line. My cell phone, it's free. And then this is the summit view. Very, very nice. Hot Springs down there below us. Big valley. Very nice view up here. Lots of dragonflies. And the final spot we're going to visit is the trail to Goat Rock, or Goat Rock itself. Distance is a little over 1 mile one way, so 2.2 miles if you make the round trip. Nice little stepping stones here across the creek. Lots of big boulders in different spots out there. Maybe a 200-foot elevation gain, depending on exactly how you go through it. Typical grade is 3.2. Summit's 240 feet away from here, and you can see the steps that are carved into the side of the mountain, laid into the side of the mountain. Don't know if this was Civilian Conservation Corps, WPA. But here you get up to the top. Very nice view up here. You gotta be careful. You don't want to go over the edge here because those are some sharp rocks down there. But as long as you're careful what you're doing, you may not want to be out there on icy conditions. But beautiful view. You look up into the distance. Very nice views here as well. Slightly different view than you saw from West Mountain. See the trees. Obviously, it's going to look different in sunshine as opposed to an overcast day. But lots of nice places to hike. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please feel free to make comments below as long as the language is family friendly. And if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button below. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the circle with my picture in it in the lower right-hand corner of the video. The arrow is pointing at it now. And once you have subscribed, you can be notified of when I have a new video posted by clicking on the bell icon in the description field below the video. Thanks again for watching.